Hi, and welcome again to my pool. We've got something new today, another Beatbot device. This is the ISkim. This is, if you're familiar with solar-powered skimmers, that's what this guy is. This is designed to stay in your pool for as long as you want. It has a 24-watt solar panel on it. This is a big panel, and it will run 24/7 if you have reasonably consecutive days of sun. It also has a eco mode. We'll show you in the app later, but it'll run for like 4 hours of sleeping, and then clean for 2 hours, and then sleep, so you get extended run time. We're just coming off of like 5 days of consecutive deluge here in Kentucky. I've let I don't know how many thousands of gallons of water out of the pool so far, and it stayed running. I put it in the eco mode, stayed running. Sun came out today. It's almost fully charged. I've interrupted it just to show everybody, but so here's the device, here's the box. What do you get in the box? It's also a beefy box, but you get a user manual. If you saw my Sora 70 video, they make the quick start guide is very hard to miss. It was laying on top of the solar panel, just like it was laying on top of everything in the Sora box, but very, very verbose. Again, you get the user manual, and you get 2 little pool noodle pieces that they tell you to stick in your skimmer, the cut shape to make anti-wedging sort of things for this. That has not been a problem for me yet, but I will reserve using these if I need to. But this guy is it's 14.5 pounds. Again, it's quite large to support this giant solar panel. It has Wi-Fi. It supports 2.4G and 5 gigahertz bands of Wi-Fi, so you can remote control it. You can tell it to go park on the side of the pool. You don't have to chase it around and snag it. You can see the battery status. It won't tell you if the bin is full, but it tells you in the app to check it weekly. It has a humongous bin. Let me pull it out here a little bit and see if I can show us what the bin looks like. Also has wheels on the bottom. Isn't that nice? So there's a little button on the front. You pull the bin out. This is a 9-liter debris basket. Opens up for easy evacuation, and we're going to give it, something to do. So I'm just going to put all that right back in there. Closes up. Little latch. There's a little paddle wheel on the front that we'll see is powered. There's a gear on the side here that helps to draw and retain things into the basket. But I've been suitably impressed by it. I'll get you down off the tripod. We'll put it back in the pool and get some action shots. So I just tossed it in and off it goes. You can see that it takes off with some gusto. It's headed for the deep end. It unfortunately cannot see the mess that I dumped out of the bin for it over here, but yeah, there she goes. It'll come back. Okay, it's coming back around. It's coming at me with some speed. Let's see if we can catch it eating debris. Watch this. We're coming around again. Let's see here. So let's do some up close glamour shots here. So side view, you've got some roller wheels on the side, rubber bumper, nice front corner wheel, another roller wheel at the back, back end, propellers, charging port. Doesn't come with the charger, but this does take the same charger, I found out, as the Sora 70. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. But same charger, so that is nice that Beatbot seems to have standardized there, but it does not come with a charger. Other side, same roller wheel, same bumper, same roller wheel here, same nice roller wheel there. The underside, the bin, you can see foam flotation here on the sides. It has roller wheels on the bottom, as I discussed. And if I get the angle right, you can see straight under the solar panel there, and you can see the top of the bin. So that is nice in that there's an air gap there which lets the solar panel cool and not cook any electronics or anything below it. On the front you have two. On this side you have a lens that has indicator lights in it, the same there. They blink per the quick start guide. With like firmware update, battery state of charge, things like that. On the top, you've got a power button and a mode button. The mode button switches between the eco and continuous modes, and then push to eject here for the bin. So pop the bin out. There is the roller wheel, open to dump. And I do like that you can pick it up and carry it in a vertical fashion like this without everything falling out. And then it is easy to eject the debris. Put that right back in. And then also on the front you have sensors. It has infrared or optical sensors, 2 on each side. Very nice. So my neighbor was kind enough to let me borrow their Beta unit. I think this is SE, first generation, something like that. You can see it's got some age on it, showing some yellowing. They love it though, says it works great for them. But overall physical dimensions, the Beatbot is definitely wider. And talk about solar panel. I mean, that is a massive solar panel by comparison. But why is that so big? They kind of need it to be that big because this has, again, Wi-Fi app control. When it's powered on, it's broadcasting and talking over Wi-Fi. So that is quite an increased power overhead that this thing needs. It also has a 10 amp hour battery. So they say the published specs are it will run up to 28 hours continuous runtime with that 10 amp hour battery. And I think that's with no sun. And then obviously it'll run indefinitely with sun. And the Beta doesn't have all that overhead of the Wi-Fi to keep track of, so it doesn't need such a huge panel. But look at this, they're about the same height. I've also got their bins out here to compare, but height off the ground, very similar. They both have anti-stranding legs. You can see there she's got the ones on the Beta extended. I have not done any of that with the Beatbot. I don't have any sun ledges for it to get stuck on. But let's compare the bins here. So this is the Beta bin. I'm not sure the size capacity of it, but it lifts straight out from the solar panel, hinges up, and then you lift the bin out. And as we saw on the ISkim, it slides out from the front and has this nice little carry handle. But look at the difference in size. That is a significantly bigger bin on the ISkim. 9 liters, 9-liter capacity. I just thought this would be a real nice comparison. So I just wanted to show some sort of comparison here of ISkim versus Sora 70. So ISkim in the pool all the time, low energy, cleaning, skimming. I have noticed it tends to follow the wall around, which is very good behavior. But then over here, we have Sora 70. I put it into skim mode. Sora sprays down the walls and has a powered vacuum that quite effectively draws a whole lot of stuff in. And they both have their place. I'm not going to say that Sora is by any means better than ISkim. ISkim will be in the pool, can be in your pool all the time, cleaning slowly. But if you have a big storm maybe and needs a quick cleanup, Sora might do that job quicker, but you have to pick it up, you have to charge it, you have to put it in the pool, you have to tell it to clean, you have to remove it when it's done. ISkim doesn't do that. ISkim can just stay in there and you empty it when you think it might be full. Here we are, we're doing the wall following. So ISkim is over there doing its thing, cleaning the pool, and let me just show a little tour of the app integration for it. So this is the Beatbot app, same app I showed in the Sora video. Here's Sora, here's ISkim. You can see it is, it says it's cleaning. It is at 95% battery, and that little asterisk shows that it is currently charging. And as you can see from the pool, it is charging by the sun. So I will tap into that, and it brings up a little picture of my pool. We went over this in the Sora video. Please, I encourage you to go see that video. I'm quite proud of it. But in here, you've got far less selections than you do with Sora. You can see it's currently in standard mode. If I tap on that, I have my choice of standard or eco, and I will tap on the little eye icon next to standard, and it says it will clean continuously and up to again 28 hours, I believe, with no sun. So that's pretty impressive battery life. I will tap on the eye next to the eco mode, and this explains how eco mode works. It will clean for 2 hours and then go to sleep for 4 hours and wake up for 2 more hours. And it did remain in this mode continuously for the last 4 or 5 days while we had clouds and a deluging rain, and it stayed operational. It actually gained charge during that, which is surprising. I was surprised how much power battery charge it gained in no direct sunlight. So very interesting. So I will put it back into standard mode, hit confirm, and since we're live view here, I will hit remote. And this is a fun one. So you can drive this thing around the pool just like you can with Sora, and you have like a direction pad here in the middle, and where you press will indicate up at the little top thing there. So you can say forward, turn. Down at the bottom, this accelerating, I think this means like fast, slow. If I tap it, it turns off. If I tap it again, it turns on. And watch this. So I will hit forward, and this thing boogers out. It moves. Let's make a left turn. And it drives like a boat, so you need to anticipate that it will keep turning. But this is full speed ahead. Look at that. It just tears across the pool. Entertain your friends. You can do forward and turning. I mean, it's making a wake. Back to straightforward. See if we can make a high-speed pass the camera. You also have reverse available. Throw it in reverse. Oh, we almost have a robot collision. Make a right turn. I just hit the wall. It doesn't do that by itself, but I'm a newbie robot boat driver. So that's fun. And then at the very bottom here, you have park. if you put it in park, see it says at the top it switched to parking. It will go find a wall and just sort of keep itself against the wall so you can fish it out of the pool. That park is also available here on the main screen. You just hit park, it'll go find a wall. And this is, I think, a pretty significant thing that differs it from the beta unit that I showed you earlier, which you just kind of need to chase around the pool until it finds a wall and then go grab it. The ISkim, you can drive it to you. I mean, say you have a humongous pool. You could drive it to you at the side of the pool and then park it there, and not chase it around. So, very useful. And I just realized I forgot the most important part of this. Well, the neatest part anyway. If you tap on the little 3-dot icon up in the right corner, it takes you in the settings for the device. If I click on ISkim itself, you can change the name, you can share it. You can see like firmware and stuff. Change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius. You can upload a log to their team for a diagnosis if there's issues. Cleaning record, this will show you what it's been doing for the calendar. You can see cleaning, charging. The solar counts as the recharging. If you plug it into the wall adapter, it will show up as recharging also, but it's a neat breakdown of what it's been up to. Here on yesterday, you can see I had it in the eco mode where it's resting and then working and then resting and working and so on. So that is those are the rainy days, and it just kept going. Solar recharging statistics. This is neat. I would like to maybe see this listed or have the option a little differently, but it shows you the power it has collected from the sun, how long it's been able to run off of that. There's this added range chart at the bottom. I would like the ability to maybe tap on the unit where it says unit minutes here and change that to amp hours or watt hours or something. I would find that to be useful, but yeah, it keeps track of its solar harvest, which is really neat. Then scheduled cleaning, you can set it to just sit in the pool idle and clean when you want it to. That would be a continuous cleaning. I have it in the eco mode, or have been using it in the eco mode again, and scheduled cleaning and eco mode are mutually exclusive. So pick one. Maintenance, just like on the Sora, it shows you how to clean out the basket, how to remove it, all that. Solar panel, instructions to wipe it off. And then the roller brush, which is the paddle wheel on the front of the basket. It is removable for cleaning, and they explain to you how to do that. Even says there's a screwdriver in the box, and that is with the manual. Firmware update, pretty explanatory. It did do a firmware a couple days ago. It worked just fine, not a problem. It did it while it was in the pool, actually. I'm not sure what plug-in version is. And then support here, you can get the user manual, email, Beatbot, phone number. Those are all clickable links. Watch, I'll tap on the user manual, and there we go. There is no option to save this from here, which I find may be an opportunity for improvement, but you can get to the manual in the app. So there we are. That is iSkim's Beatbot app integration. So that is a quick little run through of the Beatbot ISkim. I am thoroughly impressed by it. This thing, you know, it's a couple of my new loves. Solar, batteries, energy, and I've been investing a lot of time in the pool lately because family loves pools, and it's new and fun. But this thing is, it's impressed me. Solar, Wi-Fi, cleans the pool. Let me take the bin out here and just show in the little bit that I've had it sitting here, if I cannot drop everything, show what we've collected. I mean, you see what's in here? You got dog fur, leaves. Yeah, it does what it says. Thanks for watching. I have to make sure I don't fall in the pool.